Amazing. Viewers, you're welcome back. In case you're just tuning in, this program is Our Community Lives. Our Community Lives is all about events, places, people, and culture, particularly things happening in and out of our communities. And today, we have in our next segment, which is In the Globe, Sister Brigid Atto. Stay tuned. Hello, viewers, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to the program. And today we have a special person on set. This is someone I've known for years, and she's been a wonderful woman, and she's been able to support a lot of migrants, asylum seekers, refugees, including myself as a migrant to this family. She has been of a massive support to me and my family. And I would like her to introduce herself.
Hello, Adney. My name is Brigid Arthur, and I'm the coordinator of the Brigid Asylum Seekers Project. That's a group that tries to support asylum seekers in different ways, and I've been doing this work for 15 years.
Okay, we'll come back to that. There is a news making headline within yesterday and today. On the 4th of June 2015, there was a pre-dawn baby deportation to Nauru. Do you have anything to say concerning this?
There were people taken back to both Nauru and Manus Island yesterday, and it was at 4 a.m. in the morning. They were picked up from Melbourne, from the Broadmeadows Immigration Detention Centre. One was a baby with parents, a Nepalese couple, and there were men also taken back to Manus Island. I think that this is dreadful, that we are taking people back to both of these places. They've been in Melbourne to get medical help, and it was certainly our hope that they would remain in Melbourne to have their applications for protection processed, and that they would be able to stay in Melbourne.
So it is very good to know this, that you are condemning and trying to criticize this. So who should be responsible for this blame, and what do you think the government of Australia should do about this?
It's not a big question to say who's responsible. The Minister of Immigration is responsible, has to accept ultimate responsibility, and presumably gave the directions for this to happen. In terms of what should be done about it, that fits into the much larger scenario of what should be done in terms of our overall direction and policies with regard to asylum seekers. And, one could talk for an hour probably about that. I believe that just in the short term, nobody should be sent back to Nauru once they've come down here for medical reasons. The medical reasons are usually quite severe, and to be sent back to a tropical place where the facilities are not adequate, and where presumably the people concerned still have some medical concerns, is just, I think, outrageous. I, of course, think that we should not have offshore processing at all, and then this wouldn't be an issue. We're treating a very small number of people in a terrible way. There's absolutely no need to have places on Nauru and Manus Island for processing people, because even if we wanted to keep them in detention, there are half-empty detention centres, or empty ones, here on the mainland. My preference, of course, and what I believe from a human rights point of view, is that all of these people should be in the community while their applications are processed. That happens to people who come by plane, by and large. There's no reason why these other applications of people who arrived initially by boat shouldn't be processed in the same way out in the community.
You mentioned babies. So it means babies are sent to Nauru. Is Nauru a hell? And why send an innocent baby to a place like that?
Well, that of course is an issue, and people get more concerned about a baby being sent to Nauru than anyone else. But from my point of view, while it is terrible to send babies and small children to Nauru, I don't want to differentiate too much between anybody being sent to Nauru. It's just as bad for a grown man or woman to be there, and probably worse in some ways because they know what's happening to them. They are very concerned about their family's welfare, and they go through mental torture. So it seems to me that it's probably not a good idea just to concentrate on babies and children. We should be talking about people being on Nauru and Manus Island.
And do you think the Prime Minister is addressing this issue positively?
The government, and indeed the last government, but this one even more cruelly, is pursuing a policy of, I think they would say deterrence, although I'm not sure at this stage who they're deterring. And that's deterring people from trying to arrive in Australia by boat. I would think at this stage that it could be more aptly coined a policy of punishment, because we're simply punishing the people who are still here. It's not going to deter anyone else because we've got other means of doing that, which are also, I think, to be criticised. And that's turning back boats and not accepting anybody from the region at all, even those who have been out on the sea, sending back people whom we've picked up out on the sea, you know. So they're things that we're doing still to make sure that nobody arrives. So in terms of the people who are here, we're simply punishing them, I think.
Amazing. You're welcome back to the program, viewers. And in case you're just tuning in, this program is all about our community. The name of the program is Our Community Lives. Our Community Lives is all about events, places, people, culture, and everything happening in and out of our community. And today, the package has been so wonderful. Until I see you next week, I want you to remain peaceful. Say no to sexual harassment. Say no to terrorism. Say no to human trafficking. Say no to lawlessness. And be peaceful. My name is Adeniyi Ekine. Bye-bye.